Hello, and welcome everybody to the finale event of the EulerSwap Builder Competition. I'm excited to see so many of you here. I don't have the chat tab open at the moment, but as always, we have reactions on, we have GIFs on, and I'd love to see some great energy. I can see your reactions, so that's great, amazing stuff. Great energy already. So welcome everyone. Today we are here to celebrate the amazing projects that were built during the EulerSwap Builder Competition and see our top 11 teams and watch their demos to show what they've built. So then, of course, the moment that everyone will have been waiting for, we're going to find out who the ultimate winners of the Builder competition are. So to do this, we have some of the Euler team with us here today, who are hopefully saying hi in chat now. And we're really excited to have you guys coming to watch our top teams demo. So let's get started. First of all, to those who are new to the Encode Club community, we are a developer education community. We help developers learn, build, and forge their careers in emerging tech. We do this through loads of educational events like educates, accelerators, bootcamps, and of course, hackathons. So if this is your first ever competition with Encode Club, we hope you stick around the community and really participate and forge your career in emerging tech. So as I was saying, this has been a 4-week builder competition in which you were all invited to build on top of the newly released EulerSwap platform. You might have noticed, but this has been a great month to have been building on top of EulerSwap. You may have seen the pump that happened about midway through the competition, which I'm sure gave you that extra motivation to finish out your projects. And we're going to see some of the amazing things that were built out in that time. But first, to kick things off, I want to invite Omji, who is the Head of Research and Operations at Encode Club, up to greet our finalists and give them some advice, and also welcome you all to the event. So Omji, welcome.
Hey, can you hear me well?
Yes.
I just tried to see the chat, and someone was asking me if I can change my name in the project name. So I'm Omji from Encode Club. So everyone, great to see you all. That this is the final day that we can see your great work all together. And I heard that judges were having a great time and also very difficult time to choose the finalists because we had amazing projects have been built during this competition, and it was really hard to pick who are the best ones come to the stage. So those who got invited as a finalist, please be proud of yourself that you went through those tough competition. And those who couldn't make it this time, please understand there was a very little difference sometimes to get to the stage, but you did a great job, and a lot of you are going to be in touch with us, continue building something. And who knows that in 2 years, perhaps you're going to be next Michael and Doug, building amazing DeFi protocol or building something amazing with Euler. So please don't underestimate this opportunity that your name out there and you got reviewed by amazing judges in the industry, and that they're going to be keeping their eye on you. And then you will be joining perhaps their project itself as a contributor, or you might become a founder, or it become your you never know, this become your maybe hobby project, which become in the future your full-time gig. Long story short, I wanted to share that we have a very special love to Euler team, given that we have witnessed how Euler going through all the up and downs and building amazing product. And here we are, all of you are joining this community and continue building together. So let's continue this, and please keep how to say that keep in touch, so that may let us contribute to your journey and helping you to be very, very successful in this space. Otherwise, very excited to see everyone, and please break the mic.
Thank you very much, Omji. Yes, best of luck, everyone, and please do stay in contact. But before we do anything like that, I wanted to give you all a shout out, an amazing well done to everyone who built a project during the builder competition, and especially those who submitted it and made it to the finale. Huge congratulations. I hope you're super, super proud of yourselves. What you should do to make sure that you're going on from here strong, please make sure you join the Euler Discord and give yourself a shout out. Make sure they know that you were one of the builders in the builder competition, so they can assign you a special role so that you have that place within the community in the future. I've shared a link below for the Euler Discord, so please make sure you join that. You might need to verify yourself and go through a capture test. So maybe leave that for after the event so that you can pay attention to the pictures. But make sure you do that and make sure you flag that you were in the builder competition so the team know. Cool. We are going to jump right in because, as Omji said, the Euler team, the Euler judges had a difficult time choosing a top 10. Therefore, we have 11 teams pitching today. So I want to jump right in. This is the pitch order that we're going in. For our finalists, check out where you are in this order, but bear in mind, if anything goes wrong, if anyone's unable to join stage or something goes wrong with the tech, then we'll skip forward. So be prepared to come on at any time. We're going to start off with Euler Hub. We do have a very busy room. So if I'm struggling to find you, can you please flag me in chat? So Saurabh, you're up first. And then, there you are. Makes it much easier for us to get you up on stage among all the good vibes. So I've sent Saurabh an invite, and bear that in mind to our future pitches. I'm going to post this list in chat as well, so you should be able to recall it. I'll do that whilst our first pitch has started. So I'll wait a second now. Good luck to all of our finalist teams. I hope you're feeling confident and ready to deliver the best demo possible. There's that order. If the invite is... and this is what I mean, folks. If something goes wrong, then we might have to skip forward. I've resent that link to you, Saurabh. So if you want to try one more time, otherwise we're going to go straight on to EuLibra. So Marcelo, if you're ready as well, as we might have to skip forward to you. Oh,
hi, Raghuva. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me just share my screen.
Yes, please do.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, looking good.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Saurabh, and for the Euler Buildathon, I've built Euler Hub, which is the pool delta neutral vault that lets user deposit and earn interest rate arbitrage. So in DeFi, user often chase high APY by lending assets like USDC on platform like Euler. So let's say Euler offer 8% on USDC. Sounds great, right? But there is a hidden issue in it. Borrow demands drive that APY, and it's not always stable or sustainable. Plus, you are exposed to the opportunity cost and your capital just sits idle. Now, imagine if we can take the same USDC, still earn 8%, but also borrow ETH or BTC or any other asset against it, and use that borrowed asset to generate more additional yield through interest rate arbitrage without taking any additional risk. That's where the Euler Hub or the delta neutral strategy comes into picture. Here are the contracts which makes Euler Hub possible. Firstly, we have a delta neutral vault, which is a 4626 compliant vault and acts as a main interfacing contract for users' deposit and withdrawals. Then we got a position manager, which is responsible for calling the EVC contract in the Euler ecosystem to open, close, or rebalance any particular position. It also returns the data for those positions, reading it from the EulerSwap. And the strategy engines, which calculates the optimal asset allocation based on volume, volatility, correlation factor. It decides when to rebalance particular open position and by how much amount. And at last, we have our risk manager, which continuously monitors the health factor, concentration friction, oracle integrity, and triggers a circuit breaker which prevents the unsafe rebalances from the delta neutral vault and enables the emergency deleveraging. So for the future scope of this project, shifting the calculation for risk manager and strategy allocation option would definitely save a lot of gas and enabling batch transaction and provisioning, because Euler provide those sort of functionalities, would be a real gas saver. Another point of focus is on to come up with a more capital efficient models that can increase yield for the user, and security auditing and testings goes without even saying, right? Yeah, that's it from the Euler Hub, and would love to connect with you guys. I have shared my Twitter handle. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for presenting Euler Hub. I'm going to send you backstage now and stop your screen share. We're going to jump straight into the next pitch, and that is Marcelo with EuLibra, or EuLibra. EuLibra.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Marcelo. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, you can see the presentation, right?
Yes.
But I can, okay, yeah. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, everything is working fine. Okay, I will start now. Hello, everyone. I'm Marcello Maugeri, solo hacker behind EuLibra. One click to LTLP for uncorrelated assets, fully automated and low cost. That's EuLibra's mission, managing the Euler swap operator to rebalance the MM curve to keep liquidity providers healthy. When assets don't move together, like in the chart, there are wide swings, signaling high volatility. In this situation, even with the Euler swap custom MM curve, slippage can be very high and necessitate frequent updates. Arbitrage bots exploit this slippage gap for profit, and while you can reinstall the operator, each reinstallation comes with significant gas costs. Now, meet EuLibra's solution, a delta LP rebalancing bot. First, it continuously monitors your health factor, which is given by your collateral divided by the liability. If this falls below a customizable risk threshold, it automatically reinstalls the Euler swap operator, shifting curve concentration to the more profitable side of the pool, and pulling arbitrage swaps back in your favor. Likewise, if the market price ratio drifts beyond acceptable bounds, it fetches real-time prices via Oracle and reinstalls the operator to repack the pool. Before we see the EuLibra bot in action, let's meet the adversary, the arbitrage bot, a side contribution from this project designed for users. Coming from a cybersecurity background, it was natural to me build something with an attacker mindset and also to run simulation. It continuously monitors price feeds to identify profitable slippage and then executes swaps to gain profit. As you can see, without rebalances, the arbitrage bot drives the L factor down to 0 in few rounds, leading the LP to liquidation. Instead, with the EuLibra bot enabled and set to a target of around 1.5, the L factor remains healthy with just 6 reinstallations without incurring into liquidation. So what's next? The EuLibra bot must consider a liquidity provider holding multiple positions at the same time. Also, it currently runs in test environment, and while it allows to perform more backtesting easily, it should be ported soon as a usable split. That's it. Please contact me for further questions and feedback. And remember, EuLibra is your formula for market equilibrium. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Marcelo, for presenting EuLibra. I'm going to send you backstage again now, because next up we have Lambda Swap. So that is Tadej. I'm going to invite you up onto stage.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
It's loading. Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay, let's start. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Tadej, and I'm here to introduce Lambda Swap, a platform with a simple motto: your liquidity, your strategy. Lambda Swap is the essential gateway to the Euler Swap ecosystem, unlocking full potential of the next generation automated market makers for both traders and liquidity providers. We're currently live on mainnet and Unichain. So for traders, our smart routing and best pricing powered by Euler Swap just in time means you always get the best possible price with minimal slippage. And for liquidity providers, we give you the tools to easily create, manage, and update your own custom liquidity pools the way you want to. Let's jump in a demo. So on the index page, every user, every trader can swap their token with just few clicks. We pick the most optional pool in the background. Then on the pools page, liquidity providers can explore existing pools, and traders can perform swaps on any pool they want. Liquidity providers can also create and rebalance their Euler Swap pools directly inside Lambda Swap. We decided to put the tokens on top of vaults, and the vault is automatically picked after the token is selected. It can also be changed under advanced setting along with other key parameters like fee tier and liquidity concentration. And we also support one-way liquidity. So our vision is to grow with the ecosystem. We'll be enhancing our smart router for even more efficient execution and expanding it to all chains supported by Euler Swap. The next big thing is token bootstrap marketplace. We will leverage Euler Swap's custom curves, allowing new projects to launch tokens with deep, stable market with only a fraction of a typical upfront capital. Lambda Swap is the essential gateway to Euler Swap ecosystem, making its powerful features available to everyone. The platform is live today. We invite you to try it on lambdaswap.xyz and explore our code on GitHub. Thank you.
Thank you very much for presenting Lambda Swap. Oh, you've stopped your screen already. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Watch Euler. So that is Shub. I'm inviting you up on to stage with me. Welcome.
Hi, my camera.
Can you do a testing 1, 2, 3 just to check your mic?
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, sounds good. I think it's good as long as you keep speaking. If you're able to share your screen.
Oh, yes, sorry. So I think my screen is visible.
Yes, it is. We can see your
Okay.
slides.
Okay, thank you. So, hey folks, Shubh here from Watch Euler. I have created a Telegram bot using which you can track your Euler Swap positions in real time and perform cross-chain swaps. So, two problems which I'm solving through this TG bot. First is liquidity fragmentation. So, Euler team has to deploy Euler vaults or pools on multiple chains for users to swap in those pools. And the UX is a bit complex. Like if you want to do a particular swap, but that pool is not on your chain, then you have to bridge your assets from one chain to another and then perform the particular swap. And finding the correct chain and correct pool, it gets a bit tiresome. Plus, here's a bit comparison about how it's done in traditional way or how I'm solving it through our bot. So first is manual bridging. You don't need to do any kind of manual bridging. Our Telegram bot handles it for you. Token approvals or UI switching. we do it for you, and we just take token approvals once. Then next times we check whether you already have allowance or not, and according to that, we perform next operations. And you save up on time and cost too. So these are some of the features of the bot, like cross-chain swaps, automated execution, finding the best and optimal chain and pool for your particular swap, and real-time tracking of your portfolio. We follow a 6-step process as a process to do a particular cross-chain swap, starting with a user request to decoding the particular swap on the destination chain and swapping and sending the assets through a smart contract. So this is the Telegram bot URL, and let's see the demo. So this is the first screen which you'll get. You can add your wallet to the track wallet button, and once your wallet is successfully added, you can track your lending and borrowing positions. So if you click on lend, you can see your current lending position on Euler Finance. And for tracking your borrowing and lending positions, you can click on borrow lend button, and it will display the borrowing and collateral assets like ESUSDC and SUSDC and your health score or risk level on that particular position. If you have taken a higher leverage, your risk level would be higher. Then we generate a bot wallet for you, which you need to top it up for doing all the operations. You can also access its private key through the private key button. Plus, you get an option to like select the pair which you want to swap. So currently it's USDT and USD1. So once you like start an operation, we first check for limits that if the pool in which you want to do a swap has those assets to facilitate the swap or not. If there are not enough assets, we don't start the swap at all. Once the limits are verified, we take the token approval and ask for the user's address. If there's enough approval, then we check that there's enough approval and there's sufficient balance in the receiver contract, and then we start the swap. Once the transaction is completed, you get a Cello scan and Extra scan link, which you can use to like track your transaction or swap. So as you can see here, the swap was initiated from Cello chain to BNB chain, and once it's executed, the user must have received their tokens to their receiver's address on BNB chain, while the swap started on Cello chain on which EulerSwap is not deployed. So in this transaction, I'm swapping 0.02 USDT into USD1, which initiated on Cello chain. So yeah, thank you. Uh, yeah, I enjoyed building it.
Thank you very much. Amazing to hear. Thank you for presenting Watch Euler. I'm going to send you backstage because next up we have Euler parameters or Euler swap parameter optimization. So Vasily, I'm inviting you up on stage. So far, I'm loving the energy in the chat, everyone. It's great to see. Vasily, please let me know if you're struggling to join, just put a message in chat. Let's try one more time, and if not, we will skip forward and come back. Not a problem. Okay, we'll skip forward and come back. So that means next up is JIT Pilot, and I just saw Giovanni in chat. So Giovanni, you're up next. I'm shooting you an invite now. Hi, Giovanni, welcome. Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, no, now we can.
Perfect. Awesome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Here we go. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Perfect. I'll be starting now. Hey, everyone. I'm Giovanni here to talk about our Build with Some project. JIT Pilot stands for Just-in-Time Pilot, a co-pilot for your liquidity. It's built on EulerSwap, which is an AMM that allows LPs to provide deep just-in-time liquidity by automatically borrowing funds when necessary to increase available capital. Now that comes with certain trade-offs. It exposes users to borrowing costs, liquidation risks, and frequent rebalancing could become costly. What JIT Pilot brings is that it monitors time-weighted average health metrics so that rebalancings are only triggered when these averages are dip below a certain safe zone that is set by the user. You may then wonder why not just cap the EulerSwap LTV to avoid liquidations. And well, that's a good question if I say so myself. There's could be several reasons, at least one of which is that a smaller range of liquidity means that you could be missing out on a lot of profits, especially during volatile markets. And there are a lot of short-term volatile markets out here in crypto. So with JIT Pilot, during short-term volatility, you can keep those profits, while if there are long-term swings, then you get automatically rebalanced, so you can keep your peace of mind. Traditional rebalancing flows usually have LPs go through complex repayment flows where they have to pay for trading fees and for repayment fees and so on and so forth. Whereas with JIT Pilot, the EulerSwap curve is adjusted to create a small arbitrage opportunity so that the market is incentivized to rebalance you instead by trading into that arbitrage. How does it work under the hood? Well, there is some sort of math underneath to minimize the gap between the arbitrage opportunity that is created and the fees that traders are paying to the LP, so that the cost is kept at the minimum. And as for results, well, this is a simulated situation in which a user's health factor went under their safe zone, and after one rebalancing cycle and subsequent arbitrage trade, the market has rebalanced him back to their safe zone, so their health factor is boosted back up. For the road ahead, we want to do more research on how to really optimize the savings for the LP for each rebalancing operation, and potentially open it up to more custom strategies depending on the assets. Want to do more real market data testing, some research on how to keep this system autonomously and automatically working, such as with a keeper bot network, and to design a proper user interface so we're not just looking at bots. As for the team, it was my colleague Mohak, who's been working in this for 3 years, and myself, maybe you. Feel free to hit us up on Discord or Telegram, and thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Giovanni, for presenting JIT Pilot. I'm going to send you backstage again now. Vasily, let's try and get you up on stage again. I've sent you an invite now.
Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Okay. I think this works. Okay, let's try this. Share screen, and it should work this time. Can you see the screen?
Yes, great stuff.
Okay. Present full screen. Let's see here. There you go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so me and Marcus, we focused on optimizing liquidity for EulerSwap. So basically, the question that we ask is, what should we set these EulerSwap liquidity parameters to? So usually, like, how do you concentrate them appropriately? And we primarily focused on 3 stablecoins because we thought stablecoins are kind of very, very important. And we kind of entered the competition a little bit late, so we didn't have much time. So we just focused mainly on stablecoins. So whenever you have these stablecoins, you have a certain concentration parameter for the left and right tail. And it's like, what should we set them to? So that was kind of like our main topic of study here. Whenever you look at an AMM, you're usually familiar with just the curve itself. What you can do is you can also figure out how its liquidity is distributed across time. And we are mainly interested in precisely this, is known as the liquidity fingerprint. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use that and fit the empirical observations to it in order to figure out what the concentration parameter should be. So there's a closed form solution that we figured out for this liquidity fingerprint. And what we're going to do is we're going to fit empirical data to precisely that one. So we're primarily interested in concentration parameters. In blue, when the price goes up, we call it C1, and when it goes down in red, which is C2. So we primarily focus on the USDC, USDT pool here, but the other 3 pools are also available. There's also, we created like an interesting interactive Desmos link as well, so you can play around with all these and you can look at how the LP payoff as well changes. So when looking just at the USDC/USDT pool, one of the things that we notice is, at least we look right here in the plus minus 20% range here for the histogram. We notice that regular models don't really work. Regular statistical distributions don't really work. So we need a little bit of an asymmetric approach. So you can see it's slightly skewed to the side. Additionally, we would have to figure out, well, where should we place the little peak at? And one of the things we find in our research is that the fat-tailed nature of this particular pool, USDC/USDT, is so fat we can't even use the mean. We have to place our peak at the median. This simply has to do with the fact that the tail is so fat where the mean becomes undefined, but the median does not. So what we can do is that we can look up what the median is about 0.999866, and we place it right there. We then use least squares approach to figure out where should we place, what should the concentration parameters be, and what should the allocations be, like how much liquidity should you add on one tail and how much should you add on the other. And in this case, we want to add much more on the right tail, on the left tail when the price moves down. There's also a lot of, so far you basically looked at it empirically and what could we do to optimize it across the price range, but what you can also do is you can also focus on how it behaves across time. And this is basically a phase space. The only thing I want to point out is that as time goes on, when the price moves up, the little red part right here, it very quickly moves back down, but that's not the case in the other way around. So what this means is that these concentration parameters, after about 60 blocks, the price quickly moves back down, so you can actually adjust the upper tail rather swiftly. There's also many other things that you can notice. I don't want to go too deeply into it, but I'll just point out that liquidity has the tendency, and the price movements have the tendency to concentrate around like New York Stock Exchange hours, also around UTC hours. This is when bots change. Stablecoins are also very anti-correlated, so the next block is actually negatively correlated, the second block positively, and then it kind of flattens out. We also have volatility clustering across specific time ranges. So there's that. And then I just wanted to add this one really final thing that we couldn't finish, but wanted to do this for other commodities, like, for example, stocks or commodities. What you can do is you can take the EulerSwap liquidity distribution. You could convert it to something like UniV3 ranges, and then you can translate the UniV3 ranges to implied volatility. And what this means is that you can also compare it to volatility surface. Well, the funny thing is you can do this backwards as well. And we couldn't finish it, but it's just what's possible, which is you can take, for example, the volatility surface directly, which are basically the options market makers who are assigned, like, for example, to Sigma or Goldman Sachs. They figure out these vol surfaces. What you can do is you can translate it backwards. You can take the vol surface. You can figure out what the implied volatility is. You can figure out what the UniV3 positions are. And from there, you can then optimize the C1 and C2 parameters in EulerSwap. So you can have the most optimal liquidity distributions, which are basically piggybacking off of the work of the specific designated market makers in a particular commodity or stock, like Apple or gold, for example. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, no, perfect. Thank you very much. Congratulations. I'm going to move you backstage. Next up, we have Euler Launch. So Lumo, I'm going to send you an invite to join me up on stage here. Well done to everyone who has pitched so far. I think we're about 7 pitches in, or 6 pitches in, and we have 5 more. Lumo, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Let me try to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm Lumo. I'm the creator of Euler Launch, the U-bearing launchpad, and also toolkit for EulerSwap. And this project consists of mainly 3 components. One is the U-bearing launchpad. Then we also have an Omni tool for bootstrapping EulerSwap pairs, and also in-browser aggregator that runs on the client side and is decentralized. So the problem we want to solve is that for pre-sales, every dollar that you deposited and raised into from the pool, by default, it sits there doing nothing, which is idle. And we have a better idea to basically put into some vaults to lend it out to generate yield. And EulerSwap provides us the opportunity to do that. So the project is pretty straightforward. So first of all, the project owner is able to basically select the parameters and stuff for the metadata, and they can select which pool they want to, which vault they want to pair the quote token with. And then they can also fully customize the single-sided pool parameters with the bonding curve preview, which shows the price in real time as you tweak the parameters. So you can basically make changes to the tokenomics design based on the feedback provided by the graph. And after all that, you can review, and basically the deployment addresses will be mined in browser as well, and then you can basically launch a project, and it will become tradable. And the Omni tool for EulerSwap we have is a tool for configuring and visualizing EulerSwap bonding curves and deploying the pools with a external standalone smart wallet, basically. So it also has all the real-time graphing or plotting tools there that you can tweak. And yeah. And for the aggregator, it allows you to basically swap across all the EulerSwap pairs as a single pool, which solves the liquidity fragmentation problem, because on EulerSwap, as we all know, that one LP can only have one pool, or vice versa. So yeah, well, I think it's the opposite side, but yeah. Yeah, so basically this entire thing runs in a browser and is a WebAssembly binary, so it's very embeddable into other places as well. Yeah, and everything right now is live on eullaunch.xyz, and everyone can take a look and let me know what you want to see building in the future, or whatever feedback that you got. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lumo, for presenting there. I'm going to send you backstage again now, and we have Euler Pulse up next. So Ivan, I'm inviting you up.
See me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Share the screen.
Looks good.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Ivan Molto, and I'm excited to introduce Euler Pulse, the analytics and insights layer purpose-built for EulerSwap. EulerSwap is growing fast, but when it comes to understanding what's happening on chain, users hit a wall. Let's deep dive into the real problems. A wallet outdated free dashboards, not tailored insights, zero composability, and clunky UI UX. Enter the solution, Euler Pulse. Free and open source, analytics as a public good, built for EulerSwap, data compatibility, and better UI UX with great mobile interfaces. The platform offers daily analytics and metrics on trading volume, fees, pools, assets, and swaps across BNB chain, Ethereum, and Unichain for an audience of end users, analysts, and developers. Let me show you a few screens to give you a feel of the platform. Here you can see the trading volume overview, fees trends, and assets trading volume. But a great product is only half the equation. Traction is what turns innovation into impact. And over 200 users in the first week and 90% unit starts show interest, real demand, and community recognition. But it's just getting started. What's next? More productivization, support more change when relevant, and a method to refresh data on demand for real-time insights. As a full-stack blockchain engineer, I'm building this solo with a clear focus. It's all about delivering smart insights for a revolutionary DEX, because JIT happens and edge is earned, not given. Thank you, and let's build the future of DeFi together.
Thank you very much, Ivan. I'm going to send you backstage. And next up, we have Luca presenting for Noether Bot.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Are you able to see my screen and myself?
Yes, looks good.
Beautiful. Have you ever dreamt of benefiting from the high returns from USD ETH pools, but then second-guessed your choice because of your exposure to this volatile asset? Yet, USD ETH pools offer some of the highest yields in DeFi, but they can carry for LPs the risk of directional exposure, which can lead to impermanent loss. Welcome to Noether Bot, which is named in honor of Emmy Noether, a mathematician who worked on symmetry. Coincidentally, this also spells as Noether, because the bot removes ETH exposure, but it can also be used for wrapped BTC and other volatile pairs. EulerSwap just-in-time liquidity system is extremely innovative, but introduces critical price risk exposure on borrowed assets. Manual hedging is impractical and does not scale. This is why Noether Bot exists. It is an extensible Python framework designed to automate the entire risk management lifecycle for EulerSwap just-in-time pool operators. It ensures delta neutrality in real time by monitoring the reserves, tracking the positions, calculating the delta, and executing trades, all while maintaining logs and allowing users to access a triple income stream. First of all, your position in idle is productive. Secondly, you earn swap fee revenue. And finally, you're able to borrow ETH at a much lower cost than you're shorting it on Binance. Our standout feature is our terminal UI, which is interactive and provides operators with immediate comprehensive insights in their positions and bot operations. You get real-time status of all positions, live monitoring of bot hedging activities, immediate visibility on the risk parameters and on-chain metadata, plus historical performance metrics and trade execution logs. How does all of this work? First, polling via RPC fetches pool reserves and short positions. Second, raw data gets structured into position snapshot with reserves, short size, timestamp. Third, our strategy engine calculates the delta and decides to hedge if a certain threshold is crossed. Fourth, risk check and execution determines the leverage and executes trades via the exchange APIs. And finally, all executed trades are saved as hedge snapshots with detailed logs displayed in the terminal UI. For future announcements, we are looking at adding a persistent database and analytics for profit and loss tracking with more advanced risk parameters and customizable strategy, cloud deployment for continuous operation, and integrating more centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges for funding rate and price arbitrage. Maximize your yield, minimize your exposure. Contact us to start using Noether Bot today.
Hello, you're muted. Can you hear me?
I'm on mute. I'm so sorry, Parth. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing it out, guys. Parth, if you want to share your screen.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
So hello everyone, I'm Parth and I'm presenting Resonance Protocol, which is a plug-and-play based protocol created for EulerSwap. So there are several problems associated with liquidity providers, such as impermanent loss, capital inefficiency, and the high amount of gas fees that goes into rebalancing. So Resonance Protocol uses EulerSwap to solve all these problems by allowing EulerSwap curve updates based on several parameters and using modules that are created by strategists to manage parameters on their curves. So for the hackathon, we created 4 strategy modules to demonstrate the ability of EulerSwap curves. So the first one is called flow form module, which can be used by liquidity providers to manage their curves based on time weighted average of volume calculated over the last 24 hours. So it basically adjusts the pool fees based on volume and protects the LP from spam swapping. And the next one is called magnet mode module, which uses the price parameter of the curve. It fetches the oracle pricing and it basically encourages swapping in one direction, which allows recentering of the pool on its own. And next we have sigma shift module, which works on volatility parameter and it adjusts the curve concentration and it protects LPs in case of high volatility situations. And the flagship module for this hackathon is called Chronos Flux module. So basically, in case of large trades, we provide the best price to the trader, and instead of paying a high fee, they can put in some deposit, and from that deposit, we deduct the fee based on the time taken by the arbitrager to rebalance the pool. And all this happens without touching the Euler swap curve. For the hackathon, we created contracts and simulations to showcase the potential, and the future roadmap would be to allow strategists to create their own modules and allow liquidity providers to plug and play resonance protocol modules in their liquidity positions. So that way they can have full control over their positions. And other things would be to allow strategists to earn potential rewards for their created modules. And we also plan on expanding to multiple ecosystems so that we can provide higher level control for liquidity positions. So that's all for Resonance Protocol, and make sure to check out all the math behind it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Parth, for presenting Resonance Protocol. Next up, we have Gamma Strategies. So I'm going to invite Brian up to stage. Hi, Brian, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. When you're ready, you've already shared your screen. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So hi, my name is Brian Park. I'm from Gamma Strategies, and today I'll be presenting our presentation, which is on a smart contract and backtesting infrastructure for a delta neutral market making strategy on EulerSwap. So we'll start with just the results of our backtesting performance, which is indicated by the red line, which is our strategy performance over time. And you can compare that with the black line, which is the performance of ETH since the beginning of 2024. So relative to the black line, you can see the red line has relatively good risk-adjusted returns, minimal drawdowns of about 5%, and 25.5% annualized performance. So getting into the strategy, the first thing we do is we deposit USDC into Euler. And this USDC is going to be used as collateral for an EulerSwap curve, which is initially going to be symmetrical concentrations on both sides. And this is what we will call cruise mode. As you'll see, initially, it's going to be delta neutral because we've only deposited USDC so far. But as more swaps of ETH come into our position, we're going to be exposed to some delta. And when the delta threshold exceeds 10%, we'll enter into a new, we'll uninstall and reinstall a new curve in delta neutralization mode, which is essentially a lopsided concentration. Will be more concentrated on one side or the other to incentivize more trades that will reduce the delta in our position. So when we were doing this backtesting framework, we used Uniswap v3 historical swap data as a proxy to determine what the performance would be like on EulerSwap. There's some key differences. The main thing is the rebalancing is obviously going to be different. We're minting and burning discrete positions on v3 versus on EulerSwap, we're uninstalling and installing a new curve with different concentrations. The concentrations work fairly similarly. A concentration of 100% is, it's very concentrated constant sum on EulerSwap, but on Uniswap v3, it's a single tick position, but it's roughly similar. A full range position is roughly equivalent to 0% concentration on EulerSwap. So visualizing performance over time, it's really going to be this normalized delta that triggers whether we're in delta neutralization mode or cruise mode. So when the normalized delta is above or below 10%, we're going to be in delta neutralization mode to minimize the delta. But when it's within this plus or minus 10%, it's going to go back into cruise mode, which is that symmetrical concentration over time to maximize for swap fee revenues. And so how does the normalized delta look over time? It's not exactly going to be delta neutral the whole time, because in delta neutralization mode, we allow it to go past a delta of 0, but delta neutralization mode should bring it back down to 0 over time. So we think the performance would be better on EulerSwap mainly for a few reasons. Number one, there's continuous liquidity. We're not working with discrete tick ranges. There's the individuality of curves on EulerSwap. We don't have anybody to come in and dilute our liquidity position. But last but not least, there's ability to use leverage through, through specifying the reserve amount. So we think that will increase capital efficiency and the returns over time. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Brian, for presenting your Gamma strategies. Okay, so let me end that screen share now. You might have noticed we have reached the end of our pitch section of today. So I hope you're all super, super impressed with some of the projects that have come out of the Builder competition, and a massive congratulations to everyone who submitted, and especially those who made it into the top 11 teams and were invited to demo here today. I hope you're all really proud of yourselves, and I hope that you continue building and stick within the Euler ecosystem. Super, super impressive. Okay, so next up, the part that I'm sure you were all waiting for. We're going to learn who the winners in the the EulerSwap Builder competition are. So to do this, I am going to invite the one and only Doug back onto stage to join me today. Doug has been helping out a lot of you in Discord, and it's been great to see how much support you got from the Euler team in making sure your projects turned out amazingly. So Doug, I hope you're excited to be here with me today to announce our winners. Before we get started, do you have any words for our participants, our top 11 teams?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Rebecca. This is, I just want to echo everything you said. Amazing projects. Really, very impressed on all of our team, everyone who reviewed them all. Excellent work, everyone. And thank you also for building on the Euler system. And also thank you to Encode for organizing this. So it was just really swell. We, really appreciate all your time. And yeah, let's go for it.
Amazing. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start off by announcing in the order third place, second place, and first place. This is our prize pools. So let's get started, first of all, with third place. Now, I don't have the chat open at the moment, but I'm really hoping that you're all hyping up the drum rolls in chat, and all the finalists with us today have their fingers crossed. So best of luck. Doug, I'm going to change the slide, and if you want to announce the 3 winners of the third place.
Sure. It's EuLibra, JIT Pilot, and Lambda Swap.
So massive congratulations to these 3 teams who we've just seen present. Congratulations for becoming third place in the Builder competition. You should be super, super proud of yourselves, and I hope you're giving yourselves a round of applause behind the screen. Next up, we have second place. So we have 1 winner for second place, and that is, drum roll,
Noether Bot.
Congratulations to Noether Bot team. Well done for coming in second place. Now, the moment I'm sure the rest of our top 11 teams are waiting for. We've got our first place winner yet to be announced. And this team, congratulations for coming first in the EulerSwap Builder competition. This is a massive, massive, massive achievement and a great prize as well. So our first place team is
Euler Launch.
Congratulations, everyone. So I hope you're super, super proud if you've won something here today. If you haven't, don't be disheartened. Your projects were all amazing, especially if you were invited here to demo today. The Euler team were super, super impressed. Don't be put off. Please, please keep building. I'm sure there are going to be further opportunities in the Euler ecosystem. Doug, any final words before I move on to some admin and we take our big group photo?
No, just as Rebecca said, extremely difficult decision. You know, we really would have given many other ones prizes too if we had more spots. So excellent work, everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do some admin. All prizes are tentative and can be altered after additional due diligence. The winners that we've just announced need to complete a KYC check prior to receiving the funds from Euler Labs. This can take some time, so please be patient, but you'll be contacted after the event with more information about that. So that's the boring part done. Now, what I would love to do is invite all of our top teams back up onto the stage so we can take a big group photo. So I'm going to spam some invites now. And if I miss you, please flag me down in chat. I'll close my screen share for now. Cameras on if possible, everyone. If not, no worries. Congratulations, everyone. Let's get Amethyst as well. Have I missed anyone? Please flag me in chat. No problem if your camera's not working. Let's see, there's a couple people still getting ready, and then we're going to take some nice photos. So hope you're all ready to smile. See. Okay, I think that's everyone. Vasily, you're not responding to the invite, but that's okay if you're not able to join us up on stage. So big smiles, everyone, as I'm just going to take some nice photos. Congratulations to all of our finalists and to everyone who submitted in the Builder competition. I hope you had a great 4 weeks building on Euler, and I hope that you continue doing so in the future. So before we end out here, I think Amethyst had a quick announcement that she wanted to make that's especially important to all you finalists, but to all builders as well. So Amethyst, if you'd like to unmute and make your announcement.
Hey folks, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. First and foremost, my name's Amethyst. Hello, I'm the community manager from Euler. First and foremost, thank you to the entire team and Encode for hosting this. We are very grateful for this builder competition. Really awesome work. And also thank you to all the builders who have joined us here with us. And especially like congratulations to all the finalists and the winners here. Like really awesome stuff. And even like we would love to keep in touch with everyone, regardless if you had submissions, regardless if you're a finalist or not. We would love to have you join our Discord and stuff. Plus, if you had submissions and you're a finalist, we would love to give you some special Discord roles, so you have bragging rights in our Discord at all times. But also, so you can always keep in touch with us. We would love to help you out with any sort of like, for example, if you're working on a future integration with Euler and stuff, we'd love to help you out in the dev side if you have any questions and stuff. Maybe there's cool new features coming up in the pipeline, and maybe you might find it useful and stuff. So we would love to stay in touch with all of you. So please do join the Discord. It would be nice to see all of you there. And thank you again to all the builders and Encode here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Amethyst. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the finale event, especially everyone who came along to watch our top teams present. I hope you're suitably impressed by the projects that you saw and inspired for the next event. So I wish everyone a very good rest of your day, and I hope to see you all around in the Encode community very soon. So everyone, that's where we'll leave it today. Thank you for coming. Thank you to the Euler team for running the builder competition, and best of luck to everyone. Bye all.